Agriculture, Engineering and Sciences.
It's the 18th Convocation lecture of the Iwo-based Bowen University, and gathered in this hall are the Vice-Chancellor of the university, other top management staff of the school, the guest lecturer and chairman of Channels Media Group, Dr. John Momoh, as well as the graduating students.
A distinguished personality.
But before the lecturer delves into his notes, the university's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jonathan Babalala, appreciates the guest speaker and appeals to the audience, especially the students, to pay attention to the lecture, which he believes will change many lives.
Our students who are here, especially the people from communication, mass communication, communication and language arts, I want you to listen very well. And I do hope that we are going to have a very stimulating time in Jesus' name.
Dwelling on the theme of the lecture, deconstructing the Nigerian conundrum as a panacea for national cohesion and transformation, Dr. Momoh notes that in dealing with Nigerian conundrum, politicians need to imbibe the code of ethics by being honest, peace-loving, patient, in addition to not being volatile and slothful.
I dare say that rivalry between the ethnic groups has made it impossible for leaders of high moral standing to emerge. Leaders who live above boards, who exude impeccable and predictable character, and who are ready to offer themselves for the development of the nation, are not allowed to emerge. And if they are allowed, only just few good men and good women. At each election, the emphasis has always been on where the candidates come from, rather than on the right candidates for the election.
On the political front, he advocates for a shift in the way governmental affairs are handled by the gladiators.
I'd like to see a reversal of our present impasse, where politics is practiced as a cost-benefit affair or as a profit and loss process, where there are no options to victory, and where the pride of participation is under-glorified, where ethics, values, and virtues are diminished for materialism, for prebendal rapacity, and at the expense of the public good, where overt proclamation of morality is far distant from the covert reality of dishonesty, where our institutions are weakened, and where individuals are prioritized, lionized, and deified at the expense of the more structural and more enduring establishments.
But above all other things, Dr. Momoh wants the challenges of corruption, looting of funds, which he says have led to unemployment and mass poverty, to be addressed headlong.
Perhaps it is time for our politicians to imbibe the code of ethics for Baptist pastors by exalting Christ, not self. Being honest, not exaggerating or over-promising. Peace-loving, not contentious. Patient, not volatile. Diligent, not slothful. And when necessary to report conflicts of self-interest and seek counsel. We have to rebuild our philosophy to increase our belief in the collective, the common good. We need a greater sense of patriotism, a better disposition for nationalism, and an increased penchant for thinking about the welfare and prosperity of the community. The people should be our priority. The people should be our priority. I am convinced that we can move to a level where public interest becomes better interest if a greater number of our leaders work in that direction, and if you join them to work in that direction. Because just 2, 3, or 4 leaders and followers can make a difference.
As the lecture ends and the guest lecturer departs, it is hoped that the students who will be graduating soon have learned some lessons that will stand them in good stead as they step into the larger world.